Hey guys, it's Senti Reads, and as you can see by the video title, today I'm back with even more Amberlynn Tellonym bullshit. She's got a lot to say about people being critical about her writing, and as someone who has been openly critical of her writing, I'm here to respond. Let's jump right in. I genuinely like your writing. I hope you release a novel someday. Thank you. I wanted to start on a positive note to show that Amberlynn doesn't only get hate comments like she likes to say she does, and I also wish that she would release a novel to see if she has truly improved from the hot mess express that was Scotty and Hello Darling. Unfortunately, I do not have high hopes. People need to stop nitpicking your writing. You enjoy it, that's all that matters. Besides, I love the imagery I get when I read your work. Oh wow, thank you, that is a wonderful compliment. I agree that the only thing that matters is your own enjoyment if you're writing for yourself, but I'll never stop nitpicking anything that is posted publicly, especially after Amber has hyped up her own talent so much. Anything posted online is open for critique. Sorry, not sorry. You suck at writing. You suck at losing weight. You suck at YouTube. You are a failure, and I wish you would just vanish from the internet world. I think I'm a good writer. I could be a lot better, and that is why I'm thinking about taking a writing class. I think it'd be fun and good for me, although I don't think good writers can be taught. I also think I'm good at YouTube. I like my personality, and I'm trying to show that more. I feel like I have the personality to be a vlogger. I don't like many things about me, as I do agree I am a failure and clearly suck at losing weight, but I have to disagree with those other things. Have a good night. Disregarding the stuff about her YouTube channel and her weight loss, I take issue with what she said about writing. I don't personally think she's a great writer, but if she thinks she is, more power to her. There are plenty of classes on Skillshare or Masterclass for writing, but all you really need to do is read a few craft books. You don't need a full class. It's not necessary for most people, unless you're really serious about publishing one day, which Amber says she is, but I don't think she really is. What I mostly take issue with is that she says she doesn't think good writers can be taught, which is absolute bullshit and proves she will never change. Writing is not some innate skill or talent that people are born with. Like, nobody comes out of the womb with a pen and a cheap Walmart journal clutched in their tiny hands. Writing is a learned skill that can be built and improved on, whether it be through classes or just experience writing. I will say that some people are probably naturally better at writing than others, but it's not some kind of God-given talent. You have to work and improve on that. And it's crazy to me that she would say that you can't teach someone to be a good writer. It doesn't make sense. You are a god-awful writer, the worst I've ever read, and I'm an academic who spends half my time grading nonsense essays from undergraduate college students. Please don't kid yourself into thinking you have talent. You have none, and you never will, creatively or otherwise. The worst you've ever read? Wow. Okay, that's a lot to take in. Okay, first of all, yikes. The poster seems like a bit of a narc themselves with their whole, I'm an academic. An academic? Really? That's douchey. You sound like a douche. Regardless, I have to agree that Amber doesn't have a natural talent for writing, and I know I just harped on about how writing is a learned skill, but Amber clearly doesn't care about learning, and thus will never be a good writer. I think it is a stretch to say that Amber is the worst I've ever read, though. Anybody who's read the My Immortal fanfiction would probably agree with me on that one. What is the last thing you wrote? Pluviophile. Clouds above the high-rise buildings, anticipating the night's angry storm. Lukewarm tea on the tip of her tongue, many sips laced with golden rum. Is anyone else tired of her whole pluviophile thing? We get it, you're a quirky girl who likes rain. I don't have a lot to say about this poem. It's more of Amber putting words together because she thinks it sounds cool, without actually stopping to think about what any of it means. It's all aesthetic, in quotes, with no substance. Okay, so you're attempting to humanize the clouds since you're giving them human traits, which you don't really explore properly, so it just feels like a mistake. Secondly, it would be nights, since it's possessive. Angry is pretty redundant before storm, since, yeah, no shit, storms are aggressive. Also, lukewarm is one word. You could have written some nice imagery about the rum coating her tongue, pulled in some pathetic fallacy, etc., etc. But you didn't, and this is why you're a bad writer. You don't think like a writer. You don't edit. You don't have the capacity. Damn! Wow, okay. I didn't have a lot to say about this poem, but this poster sure did. I don't really agree that the personification of the clouds had to be explored further given how short the poem is, but I agree that angry before storm is redundant. Amber tends to have a lot of redundancies in her writing. There's the standard grammar and spelling issues Amber always has that she doesn't bother to fix before posting. It's very clear that she doesn't edit, as the poster pointed out, and I do agree that she doesn't have the capacity for it. She said before that her first draft is her final draft, as she apparently always gets it right on the first try. And it's why I keep saying over and over that Amber will never grow her skills as a writer. She just word vomits whatever she feels like writing and then releases it. There's no thought into how it could be made better. and then she just gets mad that people nitpick it. It's like if you spent more time on it yourself, then people wouldn't come after you so much. Amber's response to this teardown is super bizarre, as it appears to have been written by Jade, wifey, Alex, her girlfriend, whoever we're expected to believe this person who lives at her house is. My girlfriend doesn't claim to be a writer. She writes because she enjoys it. She will continue to write because that brings her joy. It's a pretty simple concept. If you don't enjoy her writing, please avert your eyes. Hopefully this will save us all from another pretentious response from you in the future. Also, let's be real. She could have copied and pasted the work of a poetic genius, and you still would have found a way to criticize it. You have a good day, though. First of all, I'm pretty sure Amber has claimed to be a writer multiple times, but okay, pop off. I don't actually think there's anything wrong with Amber claiming to be a writer, because she does write things, but she really needs to get her ego in check, and so does wifey, Jade, whoever, whatever. She knows the kind of audience she has an Amber, and, well, Jade, wifey, whoever, should know the audience as well. If Amber doesn't want criticism, she shouldn't post it. Don't tell the audience not to read it. How about you as the creator, protect yourself, and don't post things if it's going to offend you when people critique it. If Amber copied and pasted something from a poetic genius, I'm sure people would be calling her out for plagiarism instead of finding some way to nitpick it. You were asked what the last thing you wrote was, not the last thing your girlfriend wrote was. So you're either using her to excuse the criticisms that were made, or she's answering your telonyms. That was the last thing I wrote. My girlfriend was replying to that message because I told her about it and she had something to say. People have already suspected Amber's girlfriend of answering her telonyms or writing her community tab posts for her, so this is nothing new. All I want to say about this is that it's awfully convenient that her girlfriend will white knight for Amber on Tellonym but won't show her face in a video. You do claim to be a writer, though. A good one, in fact. Your own words. You also have claimed to have a gift for writing in the past. That was my girlfriend's response. I actually do think I'm a writer. An amateur writer, but I do consider myself one. I do believe that I have a gift because some people don't experience the same feeling I get when I write a poem I really like. Okay, see, so Amber does consider herself a writer, which, as I've said, I don't see any problem with. My problem with this is her weird explanation of her gift. So feeling happy or satisfied while doing something means you have a gift for it? That doesn't make sense. What Amber is describing is a passion for writing, which is a very different thing than a talent or a gift. And it's okay to be passionate about something that you're not good at, but Amber has said multiple times now how good she thinks she is at writing and how good other people think she is at writing.
She was literally just amazed at my writing. I get a majority of people saying, wow, you're a really good writer.
So she's trying to go back and forth of saying, like, she's just trying to cover her ass of saying, oh, I don't think I'm a good writer. But she does. She very clearly does. Hey, Amber, if you like to write, that's great. But if you want to develop into a good writer, try not to blow off people's valid critiques. You definitely have no right to be as high and mighty about it as you are. I love criticism when it comes to my writing. I actually believe I've gotten better because of the advice given to me. But when someone comes at me with a problem with every single line of a 4-line poem that I did, I think they're just purposely trying to make me feel like shit about what I wrote, and they're searching far and beyond for a negative to come at me with. Plus, a few of the critiques were simply just opinions, not the spelling error or apostrophe error. And opinions to me usually don't hold any value when it comes to my poetry. I like hearing the opinions, but it won't change the way I write. I still love that poem. It is actually one of the most favorites that I have done in a while. I don't believe for even a second that Amber loves criticism when it comes to her writing. If someone has a problem with every line in a poem, then it means your poem was probably directionless and it didn't achieve whatever you were going for. It doesn't mean that someone is specifically being mean to you. I also take issue with the fact that she says that some critiques were simply opinions. Bitch, critiquing writing is more than just fixing the grammar and spelling errors. That's called proofreading. Critiques are mostly based on opinions. Has she ever read a book review? It's all opinion-based. Because it's opinion-based, there are some parts of critiques you don't have to agree with, and you don't have to implement that into your work. But if you're getting the same complaints over and over again, then maybe you have something to work on. Countless people have told Amber that her poems don't make any sense, yet she refuses to change her writing style to make her writing more clear. Also, I'm gonna nitpick here. Most favorite is redundant. Just say favorite. She says this all the time, and it drives me crazy.
And also this one right here, Saga, is my most favorite graphic novel.
Damn, people are being harsh about your writing. Don't let that discourage you. Take those writing classes. Keep growing and learning. Stay humble. Thanks. People are being harsh about her writing because it's not good and she refuses to be humble enough to learn and grow. She said herself that good writers can't be taught, so I'm still not sure why she's entertaining the idea of taking a class. Like, does she think she's already such a good writer that a class is not going to help her, or is she just too lazy to find a class? I'm not really sure. Regardless, if Amber enjoys writing, then I think she should keep writing. She should just keep it offline, keep it to herself, and she's not going to open herself up to this nitpick and criticism. As I said before, Amber knows who her audience is. She knows that most of her audience hates her. So she's repeatedly opening herself up to this criticism just to make herself feel bad. Don't do it, girl. Protect yourself. Ranting aside, that's all I have for today, girls. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.